We've reached the winter break in Hungary, which I didn't know was a thing, but we've reached the winter break in Hungary, and we're looking at the profile of Peter Féher, our former head of youth development, who left us to become a manager in our division, which, quite frankly, I've never seen happen, but I'm delighted it's the case, mostly because I'm fascinated to see how this works out and plays out before my very eyes. And this is an exciting time for us because we've had a load of games since we last met, and we've made one more signing on loan. That person is Peter Féher, and he is an exciting midfielder on loan from Ferencváros, who might got sent off in his last match for us. But he has been a good signing. I was excited to bring him in. He's considered a decent player for the top tier, so clearly the Hungarian international is going to be a very good talent for us, right? Either way though, let's go with the games we've had since we last met. The first game we had since our dramatic opener was this 1-0 victory against Budapest. We beat them by a goal to nil, and this was the only goal of the game. It wasn't very convincing, admittedly, because they actually looked like the better team in the second half, but we got all 3 points, and that's all I'm concerned about. The next game we had was away from home against Fiji, and we beat them 3-0. It was a very comfortable performance from our point of view, as Kovac scores the opening goal of the game, his first goal for us. We make it 2-0 just before halftime in the 40th minute of the game, and when we're scoring these kind of goals, I am delighted. Another goal found by the left-sided winger or left back. And then we scored a penalty to make it 3-0. But that was the last goal of the game, and a very good performance to round up our third win in a row. We then took on BFC's Bielefeld, and we blew a 2-goal lead despite taking the lead in the first half and getting a second goal literally seconds into the second half. So a good start to this half, I thought, because we were 2-0 up, we're going to win our 4th game in a row. But then Bielefeld decided to come back and get 2 more goals, so they drew 2-2. Disappointing result as far as I'm concerned. I genuinely believed that we were not going to throw this away, but we did. And I genuinely couldn't believe we conceded this goal in particular, a set piece being scored against us in the 94th minute of the game. I thought when the game was already won, it was their second shot on goal, and they scored with both of them. Disappointing, to say the least. We then took a Győri ETO, a team line almost took over, and had to come from 1-0 down to win 2-2. They scored a penalty early on, and that was disappointing, but we equalised with this effort here, and it was a very fortuitous own goal, mind you. But we scored a late winner in the 94th minute of the game. So after conceding a 94th minute equaliser last time, this time we've got a 94th minute winner. A happy game, as far as I'm concerned, and 3 points is always welcome in our camp. We then took a Czech Féher and beat them 2-0. We didn't have many shots on target, but when we did get them on target, 2 times out of 3, we were finding back in the net. That was a very good finish from Babel. He got both goals in this game, and started to show why potentially he has to be my leading striker for this team. Both goals were very well taken, and it was a very comfortable victory. There was no doubt in my mind who the deserved winners were. We then took on cousin Bataga and beat them by 6-2. Yes, 6-2. That was the opening goal of the game. And I still can't believe we got a 6-2 victory here. At the time, they were looking very much a team to be scared of and be concerned about. But when that second goal goes in, I'm in absolute delight. The fact they get a goal back, though, was surprising and makes me wonder what we're going to do. Defensively and goalkeeping-wise, it was very poor. But then they scored an own goal literally a minute later anyway. And it really didn't matter. I just felt sorry for their defender. But once we got that goal, we started to kick on and got 2 more. Caucasus with this finish, a very good finish here. And then we made it 5 from this throw, which we actually get the ball away from, but we got the ball back anyway. And that was a very comfortable goal to score. They did make it 5-2, so I thought, okay, we're not going to get a 4-goal win, despite the fact we've potentially been the better team by some distance. But then we scored again anyway, so clearly we weren't done. And every time we scored within 2 minutes anyway, to absolutely compound their misery. And that was a delightful finish. So yes, did we deserve to win by that scoreline? Probably not, but I'm not complaining either way. We then took on our affiliates, Geomot, who shouldn't be on affiliates because apparently the termination of the affiliate link gets destroyed in the same division, but we scored inside the first minute. They get an equaliser in the first half, so I'm thinking, okay, that's annoying. One, I can respect the effort of the overhead kick. Two, that was just very fortunate they got the goal. But then they took the lead. And when they took the lead here, and Jovas finds Mayer, who gets his second a game, I was concerned, but you can see by the scoreline, we got 2 more goals. This was the equaliser. Outstanding free kick that was. And then we made it 3 with this effort, and it was a bad pass. We just took advantage of it, and we're not going to let you make mistakes and not latch on to the opportunity to make you pay for it. That's how good we can be. And they had the better extreme, mind you, so there you go. Potentially, we should not have won, but I'm not complaining. We still won. And 3 points is 3 points. We then took on Kasami Slam in the cup and beat them 3-0. They were down to 10 men, I think, early on. But Cox is not going to miss an opportunity to get that kind of finish. And once we got the second goal, and this is after the red card really opened the door anyway. He gets his second of the game, Coxis does, and it's over at this point. But we won a third. We want to compound their misery and to ensure they remember us for a long time to come. A third goal, a comfortable victory against a team that's in our division. A very good victory, to say the least. And then we lost 3-0 in the next game to Sorosar, which I still can't believe we did. This still feels like a fifth pitch dream. That doesn't make any sense in my mind, but we lost 3-0. I don't know why we lost 3-0 because, well, I can say the keeper was probably absolutely terrible in this game, and I will be releasing him because he's 40 years of age at this point, but we had plenty of chances ourselves. We just didn't take them. They took their chances, and for whatever reason, we just could not crack them open. And it actually really tells you we should have won this game. And they should not have won. But it happened. And my goalkeeper had a 6.0 rating. So I'm thinking at this point, because of his age, we're going to release him at the end of his contract. Is that harsh or is it not? I actually think it's not harsh, but that's just me. Mind you, we took on Kasami Slam and beat them 3-1 at their ground this time to bounce back from that 3-0 defeat. And the goals we're scoring, honestly, some of my favourite goals I've ever seen. Unfortunately, they got an equaliser, and we even missed a penalty in this game, so we really should not have let them get as close as they did to beating us. But once we got the second goal to get back in front, we never looked back, and we kind of took offence to the fact that we conceded the goal. Also, that's extremely fortuitous to score. And then we score from this free kick, and when you're letting a player of that quality have that much space at the back post, you deserve to be punished. I'm sorry, that's the case. We then took a Vasas and drew against our main championship rivals. I am considering them my championship rivals. They took the lead, however, mind you, early on inside 15 minutes. I was slightly concerned, but then we equalised in the 23rd minute. And when we get this equaliser, I really do believe, oh, okay, that's really well worked. What a good goal. But we didn't get anything more from this game. And their goalkeeper had a 7.8 rating. So clearly, they had a good performance. We didn't. But we got to share the spoils. We didn't lose ground to our main championship rivals, and that's good. We then took on Neon Chaza Spartacus and beat them 4-0. And going into this game, they were unbeaten. Yeah, we kind of dismantled that unbeaten run easily with this game, and we even missed a penalty too. This was outstanding from us. It's probably the best performance we've had so far this year, and the fact we completely dismantled a team that were looking very good at this point by such a scoreline was incredible. And it could have been more. That's the scary part about this performance. It legitimately could have been more than 4. And if we had done better with these chances, then who knows? We might have done more. Also, you're seeing a huge variety of goals and set pieces. I like to have different set pieces set up. So that's why you're seeing all these back post, near post corners. I love the set pieces this year. It's the best part about this game, I think. But yes, comfortable victory, 4-0. We then took a Tisakike and beat them 4-0 as well. Once again, proving that we're really good. We got lucky with the goal though, the opening goal, because it was just very unfortunate that it hit their defender, but we did not let that stop us because once we got the second goal from our own player, our left back, we're not turning back. And then we got 2 goals in a matter of 5 minutes afterwards, 2 set-piece corners, completely dismantling their confidence, and this was not a set-piece goal, but it was very good either way. I love these goals. I did question their goalkeeper in this situation. No, but that's beside the point. I was happy with a 4-0 victory again. We then took on Samba de Haradas and lost 2-1. This was very bizarre to me. We did not deserve to get much out of this, unfortunately. That was a very good goal, but we should have closed him down sooner. We got an equaliser, mind you, so it wasn't like we were always losing this game. And it made me wonder why we couldn't do well. But once we got the equaliser, I thought, okay, we're going to do something on this. No, they got a goal in the first 10 minutes of the second half and made sure we didn't get anything out of it. So I was annoyed by this. Also, that's a big deflection and it's hit their player. So perhaps we're unlucky to concede the second goal, but the first goal we should have done better. And yeah, we probably should have done better with the second goal as well, but we were a better team. We should have done more of this and we didn't. So it's very frustrating. And in the next game, we got knocked out of the cup by third tier side BK Sabah, which was very annoying. We were 2-0 down in the first 26 minutes, and I genuinely couldn't believe how much we were doing badly. Admittedly, I will say I probably rotated the squad a little bit for this game, but not a lot. It wasn't like we completely took out my best team or anything. We had some good players in this team, even if the goal scorer got his first goal of the year, but we still should have won this game, and for once, set pieces were the thing that took us down. So yeah, it wasn't amazing, and yeah, we did rotate quite a bit for the game, but even so, the players we had out there did not perform to the expectations I had of them, and it was very disappointing to say the least. The next game we had was at Ica, and we beat them 5-2 with an XG of 6.23. I'm not even joking, that's how good we were in creating chances, and some of the chances we were creating were absolutely delightful. And the fact we took a 3-goal lead was very useful and gave me a lot of confidence going forward. But we should not have let them have 2 goals in this game. That's the only thing I will complain about in this game. And this was outstanding, by the way. The run there and the pass was good. Should have been tracked, mind you, but it was still better than expected. We get some more goals here. And it's good when we score these goals. It's not great when we're conceding some of these goals. And again, really like the fact we got a 5-1 lead here at one point. But at the same time, as some of the players seem to be running into each other, we need to do better defensively. And if we could do that, we would be sorted. Hasn't really hurt us so far, as far as I'm aware. But this was great attacking-wise. But defensively, we were all over the place. And we need to do better than that. I did drop my goalkeeper after 6.5 performance, mind you. But that's beside the point. We created 15 clear-cut chances in this game, and the XG of 6.23 was not coincidental. So a good win in regards to attacking, just not a good win in terms of defending. And then we took on Masa Matagova, and we beat them 5-3. Yeah, again, defensively really poor, but we got a good goal, a good win here, and it was the best we've done so far in terms of attacking. We're not attacking. It wasn't even our best performance attacking-wise, and defensively we're really poor, but we're freed up inside 21 minutes. So I was thinking, okay, we just scored 5 in the last game. We're looking like we're going to get a lot of goals in the next game. Can we do more? The fact we do concede some silly goals is annoying, but what can you do? But again, we're scoring good number of goals, and we are doing a lot of things right. If we could sort out our defense, then potentially we could do better. This was our own goal. I think the first own goal we could see so far this year, because it hits our defender, who I don't think could do much about it. But we do make it a good scoreline. 5-3 here. That was, sorry, 5-2 here. And once we get that goal, I'm more content and relieved. This team were bottom of the table when we took them on, and still are. And it was just a bit annoying that we concede these goals when I know we're better than that. And defensively, we should do better there. So I can't blame the keeper, even if he had a worse rating than our previous guy. Our centre-back having a 6.0 rating was not great, but we still won by 5-3. A good win regardless. We then took a Szeged and beat them by 1-0 in the next game. And this was better defensively. We didn't concede a goal. And that's a promising sign. If we can do more stuff like that, we're great. Even if we had to wait until the 89th minute to get the winning goal. But that's beside the point. At least the next game we got a revenge against Sorcerer and beat them 3-0. I still can't believe we lost to them earlier this year, but that's beside the point. This was a really good game, and after losing 3-0 to them earlier the year, to get a 3-0 win this time was very much a therapeutic process as far as I was concerned, even if we did have some luck with some of the goals here. But again, once we get the third goal, and this was late on, it felt very, very good, to say the least. I'm happy with these goals sometimes, and if we can sort out our defense, we'll be looking like $1 million. And then we beat Kasami Lang by 2-1. We were 2-0 up quite early on, so I wasn't concerned at all. This was a nice finish to open the scoring for us. I actually forget how good some of the goals we've been scoring are. And again, near post corner, a good finish. We're getting a mixture of both near post and far post corner goals. But we did concede from a corner ourselves, which was disappointing, but Major was just giving too much time and space, and that's annoying to concede. We did win 2-1 regardless, and it was still a good win. The last game we had was against Budapest, and we took the lead through this effort. I was surprised that this went in, but we actually had a red card later on and drew 1-1 because of this finish. Now, we're down to 10 men at this point, and this is really well worked. Potentially, we should do better here, but at the same time, I'm missing a striker, so it really shouldn't make a massive difference. But they were the much better team in the second half regardless, and by that point, potentially they should have won the game, even without the red card. So, a bit frustrating that we let this happen, but we've managed to survive, and that was the last game of the Canada year. As things stand, we are top of the table by 8 points, and we are 10 points clear of third. So, as far as I'm aware, and as far as I'm concerned, we have to win the league now, given our performances. And if we don't win the league, something's gone very, very wrong. But again, we've got 14 games left a year, so we should be coming back for that next time out and end of the season here. Because I want to be making sure we are dominating everything, and we want to get to the Build a Nation part very quickly in the save. And I want to be able to say we're doing extremely well. I will say, I actually had 4 other nations lined up potentially as ideas for where I can do the Build a Nation thing. And it was between Hungary, Poland, Romania, Serbia, Slovenia, Sweden, and Bulgaria for ideas. So I had like 7 different nations I was thinking of doing. I just saw the Poland second tier here, and it just something reminded me that that was a thing I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do with Hungary and what we can do from here. We've also had a youth intake preview, and it's not great, to be honest with you. But that's not the end of the world as far as I'm concerned. We don't need to rely on that on this particular save right now. Mind you, Tony Stavsky has not really been in the job for very long, so I can't blame him for not having the best intake preview. Like, I wasn't expecting my head of youth development to literally be poached in November, and this guy's only been in the job for a month. So, if it's not amazing, it's not the end of the world. I do like his personality of professional and his media handling style, so it's not a terrible combination to say the least. So far, our best player has been Bertalan Bocskay with 4 goals, 9 assists, and a 7.29 average rating. I would like to get this guy on a new contract, but right now, I can't. He wants about $4,000 a week. I can't really afford that. I would love to, because he's considered a leading player for the top tier and has been considered a star player at some point as well. And given his homegrown status with the club, I need to make sure we have him being with us long term. So if we can do that and make sure this guy sticks with us for the rest of his career, that's amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to leave at the end of the season though, or tries to force a move, because I think this guy is our talisman player and we need to build a team around him. But what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.